Hello. I was just enjoying my father's slideshow. When I was a child, we'd all get together. My mother would pop some popcorn, would sit around, my dad would show his slides. Slides of vacations, Disneyland, the places that we had been, things we had seen. Unfortunately, those slides have sat in a box for well over 30 years, and the technology has changed. The challenge we face is getting these 35mm slides converted into a format that will work on a DVD. And so this is my story of how I did it. And you see this little guy? That's me about 58 years ago. Now I'm giving away my age. Anyway, enjoy. Anyone who has ever scanned 35mm slides on a flatbed scanner knows what a boring, time-consuming, life-wasting event that is. You open the scanner, take the tray out of the scanner, clean the slides, carefully put the slides in the tray, close up the tray, insert it into the scanner, close the scanner lid. Open the program if it isn't already, click the scanner button, make adjustments for color, DPI, and more. Click the preview button on the scanner window, and wait. Checkmark the slides you want to be scanned, push scan, and wait for the scanner to scan every single little slide. I didn't know in the beginning that I could actually click all four and it would scan one after the other. That is very helpful, but I didn't know that in the beginning. But still, it takes a lot of time. Close the scanner window, then straighten, flip, crop, and touch up, and save again. Give your photos a name. I like year, month, day, and who. And after you've scanned the picture, they are never at the quality you would like them to be. They're always pixelated. Some time ago, I saw a YouTube video where this guy was using a DSLR camera and a projector. He would project the slides in the projector and pick it up with the DSLR. I didn't have money to buy a projector, but I do have a DSLR. I'm a subscriber to Mike Brown's channel, photographycourses.biz, and he teaches all kinds of photography classes and courses, and he taught me about a macro lens. I'd like to say thank you, Mike. I went to Amazon.com and found a Canon macro lens that would fit my camera. I purchased it. Now that I have the lens, I needed to figure out the distance between the slide and the end of the lens. Knowing the distance that worked for my camera, I could now build a box. This box is made of 1/8 inch plywood. I cut a large hole in one end that allows the camera to freely focus, and on the other end I cut a square hole with a little guide on the bottom and side to help hold the millimeter slide in place. I first tried mounting this to a tripod, but every time I bumped everything, I had to work and get it all realigned. So I searched the internet, and I found at Amazon.com a focusing rail, and I purchased it. I also purchased a quick release shoe so that I could put the camera on and off the focusing rail without changing the settings. It would pretty much be the same every time I put it on the focusing rail. I also cut and mounted these little black blocks to fit underneath my black box, or so that the box and the camera would line up every time I went to use this device. Now that I could line up the camera on my slide and get a fairly decent picture, I had a problem with my light source. I tried using a 100-watt squiggly light bulb that gives off good daylight. However, you could also see the squiggly lines through the slide so that it didn't look very good. I built this 10 by 10 by 10 inch white foam board box. I cut a circle in the top for the light source. I cut a rectangle in the side for the light to come out. And when I made this box, I inserted a sheet of white foam board at a 45-degree angle that would allow the light to come in and bounce around and even out before it came out and shone into the slide. I also made this board with these two lips on each side that would hold the box in place and mounted it to a tripod for stability. Having this light on the box made a huge difference in how the picture turned out. Now let's take some pictures. I'm setting the camera mode to manual, and I set the aperture to f8. This process, you do not have to worry about depth of field. All the information is on one flat slide. Okay, I turn on the camera. On your camera, there's a little button somewhere that sets options that will allow you to see the meter. This is very important. I set the slide in place. To minimize the camera's shaking, it's just a precaution, and to make it easier for me, I'm using a shutter release cable. So press and hold the shutter release just halfway in, not all the way in to take a picture, just hold it in part way. This activates the light meter and allows you to adjust your shutter speed. Then, take a picture. Do it several ways. You want to try to take the picture maybe underexposed, and then try exposed, and then a little bit overexposed. This will give you 3 options that you can work from. Once you have everything lined up, take the picture. As I said, take several pictures, underexposed, exposed, and overexposed. Keep the one you like the best. Sometimes if you have a black slide that is way underexposed originally, you can try really overexposing it to see what information is on that slide. When you've taken a bunch of pictures, turn the camera off, undo it from the stand, and take it to your computer. If you don't know how to plug it into your computer, you need to open up your user's manual and read about it, and then you'll understand what you need to do. Follow the prompts. When it asks you to give it a name or give the file a name it with something. If you trust your computer, click the Delete from Camera box. I'm assuming that you have a photo editing tool. If you don't have one, get one. There are plenty of free ones online. I'm going to open a couple of slides that I have both scanned and photographed. Let's see, let me flip and crop this one and zoom into my little brother. I want you to see the difference between the scanned pictures and the pictures I took with the camera. And the photograph slide is rich in color, and you can even see the grain on the film. There's a lot of things in life that cannot be replaced. Our precious memories are one of them. Our photographs, my father's slides, different things in our life. Watching our children grow up before our very eyes and be able to revisit those things. I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful to you. May all of your digitizing go successfully well, and may you be able to create precious, long-lasting memories. I invite you to subscribe and come and see all the how-to videos that I've created. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.